senior wide receiver Danny Coale? Raise your hands. We'll get you the mic.
Do you have a theory as to why when you guys get in these games, you typically have not played your best?
I don't. I haven't come up with one yet. But, I don't know. I don't think it's lack of effort. I don't think it's lack of preparation. I don't know if it's being in a different setting, whatever. That may be the external factors. Internally as a team, I think we prepare the same. And we go into every game trying to win. So, it was the same when we won and beat Cincinnati, when we beat Tennessee, when we lost last year. So I really don't know. I couldn't tell you why.
How important is it for you after the way the ACC championship game went, your last game, you and all the other seniors, Eddie was just talking about it, to kind of make sure you end on a higher note?
Sure. I mean, that's very important to me, and it's very important to the rest of the seniors. I think it's important to the rest of the team, too. Because we didn't just lose the ACC championship, we got beat pretty bad. And that's pretty embarrassing. And that's not how you want your last one to be. So I think not only the senior class, but the team as a whole have a little bit more focus, and they understand that we have more to prove in this one.
Ask you the same thing I asked Eddie. Did you think after that performance that something like the Sugar Bowl was even a remote possibility? Where were you Sunday when you started to hear about it, and what was your reaction?
Yeah, I didn't. My brother and his wife lived down in Atlanta. So after the ACC game, my family was coming up with some sort of plan to spend Christmas down there and at the Chick-fil-A Bowl and get some time to see him. But I was at my house Sunday, and my roommates started hearing things on the internet, but we didn't want to say it because we weren't we didn't want to get our too excited or get our hopes up too soon. But it's just a huge honor to be recognized not only as a good enough football team, but I think it goes with the fan base that we have and some of the tradition that we have around here to get selected. So it's definitely an honor.
Danny, what is Jarrett Boykin like as a teammate, as a person, and also just what makes him such a productive receiver in this offense?
I've been really fortunate to be next to him for 4 years, and his approach to the game is everything like a teammate could ask for. He kind of puts his head down, goes to work. He's not the most vocal guy, but he's one of the most hardworking in practice, and he just loves competing. He loves going out there on Saturdays and just playing. And he's a tremendous athlete, a tremendous competitor, and one of the most gifted athletes I've been around.
Danny, after the selection for the Sugar Bowl, it seems like Virginia Tech took a lot of criticism for that. Do you guys hear that? Is that a motivating thing for you going down there? People saying you shouldn't be in this game?
Yeah, I think what's done is done. The cards have been dealt. You're always going to have people who question it. And I think we're a good team just because we lost 2 games. Doesn't make us a bad team. I think it's important to prove that to people. Because a lot of people saw that ACC game and rightfully so questioned us. So it's important in another big stage game to play a lot better.
New Orleans is obviously a town with some distractions with Bourbon Street. As a senior, do you have to tell guys, hey, focus on the game first? And do you have to say anything to people about that?
I think, we all will approach it as a business trip. That's kind of been the saying in past years. And I think everybody knows that. There are going to be moments to have fun, to enjoy. New Orleans, I've never been. I'm excited about it. I don't think a lot of guys have, and it's a unique situation, and we're going to take it in. But at the same time, we understand why we're there. At the end of the day, we're there to win a football game, and that's the approach that we have to have.
Hey, Danny, their defense a year ago was like one of the worst, 108th, and I think they're inside of 20 now. How aware are you of that based upon their quarterback getting all this attention? I don't know how many people look at their defense.
Yeah, you look at some of those games, and and the offense is putting up points, but the defense isn't allowing any points either. So I think I know they have improved tremendously. They have a lot of talented players, and it's just kind of Michigan football. That's what you kind of think of is just solid overall players. I expect a great defense, and I know the defense is focusing on Denard and all his abilities, but we're going to be focusing on the defense because I think they're like 17th, 18th nationally, and they're a really good group.
I imagine by the time Tyrod left that you guys were very much on the same page and could read each other's minds out on the field. I'm wondering where you are in that process with Logan and how it evolved maybe over the spring and off season and throughout this season.
Yeah, I mean, it's evolved pretty quickly, I'd say. For not playing with him until this year, I think it's moved pretty quickly, and that's a huge part of that is him. I mean, his ability to pick up the game by game, mature as a quarterback mentally and physically, and I mean, he the lines of communication are always open in practice. He's always willing to know what we saw, and he wants to know what we saw, and I can't tell you how many times we've come back on the sideline and he's completed 5 of 5 passes, let's say, and they weren't to me, and he comes back, he wants to know what my route looked like, how did I see it, were there opportunities there. So he's always willing to try and figure out what the best option is, and it's I think it's gone pretty smoothly.
Danny, it's been a little bit surprising though how quickly he picked it up quickly, and he's played so well. I mean, he's a first-year quarterback. I mean, surprised you a little bit at least that he's I think before the season I said that he's going to have his bumps and his bruises. Everybody is. I think he had fewer than I might have even expected. I mean, he was able to learn from Tyrod. I think that helped him out, but he was already a really talented guy, and he had the right approach to the game. I mean, he's what you want as a quarterback, and I think he's just been able to improve, and that it's been fun for me to see because he's got all the talent in the world, and he's improving each and every week. Coach Beamer's been pretty steadfast in his punishment during bowl weeks. It's pretty notorious, sending guys home on a bus. Last year, David was in the hotel, but he missed room check, and he misses the first quarter. How much of a deterrent is that, do you think, for you, for other guys on the team to know, hey, he's not messing around. If we do something wrong, we're going to get punished?
Yeah, I think as seniors we're gonna remind the group again that curfew's not something that you need to take lightly, and whenever that time is, be in your room because like I said earlier, we have a goal, and it's to win a football game, and we need everybody. We don't need anybody sitting out a quarter or two or even being sent home on the Greyhound. So yeah, I think that's a point we need to get across.
Is all this negativity talk about you guys, is that maybe an advantage for you guys to be going down there, maybe feeling like you have to defend the honor of Virginia Tech football?
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know if we're playing in spite of people, but I mean, we've had opportunities in big games before, and I'm well aware that we haven't played well in a lot of them. And so for me, and for the guys who've been in and around the program here for a couple of years, we understand the importance. There's always going to be people who doubt you. And we didn't play well enough in the ACC game to get a lot of people's approval. So I think it's important that we play better.
Danny, you talked a little bit about Logan, and obviously his numbers have really improved and taken off since that first Clemson loss on October 1st. Starting with the game after that with Miami, where he obviously completed 92% of his passes and all that. Did something change with the play calling after that game to sort of open things up a little bit more? Did you take more shots downfield after that, or was it just kind of like the light kind of came on for him and for all you guys on the offensive side? That's one question. I got another one.
Yeah, I think you obviously improve as you get each game under your belt. And I don't think a lot of people understand that. I think it's but playing, it's really important to get those game experiences under your belt, especially at the quarterback position where each defense every week could be different than the one before. And I think Clemson showed us a few different things, but I also don't think we were in a rhythm. I don't think we ever found a groove. Clemson, the first game or the second game, and it was kind of just tough to get things going. And I don't know how he felt about it. I don't know if he feels the same way. Things weren't just weren't clicking, and I think a little bit's been maturity, but he's seeing he's seeing things better each and every week because he's getting more experience, getting more reps, and I think he'd expect that.
It's been a few months since Dyrell's broken his arm. Now, have you seen him out at practice?
Oh yeah, he's been out there. Yeah, he's funny to have out there. He brings some comic relief. Just his personality. He's always a good guy to have on the field. But he's out there. He's got a little cast on it. He's been catching a few balls. He's working to get back in the swing of things. I don't know when he'll be fully healed or anything like that. But he's back out there. Same old Dyrell.
So he's not taking with the cast. He's not taking any contact.
No, he's not. He's running routes. He's doing a few periods, but he's not going in any of the live stuff or anything that could jeopardize that arm.
Danny, when you chose to play football at Virginia Tech, could you have imagined how it all played out to leave here as one of the most productive receivers in program history? This will be your third BCS game, couple ACC championships. It's been a pretty darn good career.
I've been very fortunate and blessed, and I don't think I could have imagined it. I think every player hopes, for some success and to get an opportunity. But to get the opportunity that I've had from the coaching staff and from this community has been everything I could ask for. And I've always tried to work hard and do my best. And at the end of the day, if I had some success, I had success. And I just appreciate everybody for just the opportunities I've been given.
Last question. Can't believe we've gone more than 12 minutes and haven't asked you a punting question. Are you punting, and are you approaching it? Is it this is your job going into the Michigan game, or are you guys still battling it out and kind of a?
Yeah. I mean, I'm approaching it as it's my job. I don't know if the final call has been made, but I'm going to approach it that way. I'm going to take my reps serious, and hopefully I'll get to do it one more time. That'd be good.
Thank you.
I'm not sure. No questions from the Michigan guy? All right.